These transitions, though, are baller. YouTube makes money, you make money. Not you, Church. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Untitled, where we talk tech and some other stuff. I'm your host, Kyle, and today I want to explore, is this a good time to start a YouTube channel here in fall of 2020? The worst year that any of us have ever seen. Hopefully I'm not going to go where you think I'd go, and I provide you with a fresh take on this topic. So without further ado, the interesting thing is that during recessions, educational institutions see an increase in enrollment. Because of that Rona, that may not be true this time. As industries decline, individual jobs tank, and people essentially have no other option but to further their education to support their families. But what we have now more than ever is a bunch of success stories of people making a living on social media platforms. So now we've got more options. Hopefully, because I'm out of luck if this doesn't work out. New algorithms. I'm going to leave a few links in the description to the data that I'm divulging to you absolutely free. One of them speaks on the growth of channels over the past few years, and it should serve as a light in the end of the tunnel that you may feel that you're in. In 2016, there were 2,000 channels with over 1 million subscribers. In December of 2019, there were 16,000. That's 8 times more channels in 3 years. And in 2019, YouTube had a 65% increase in channels with more than 1 million subscribers. That's a lot of growth. But maybe you're not shooting for 1 million subs. Maybe you want something a little more modest. Say you're only looking for 100,000 subscribers. Yes, that's still a lot, but it's more attainable. The number of 100,000 plus subscriber channels doubled in 2019. That's a 100% increase. These new algorithms are designed in a way that, if done well, a channel can grow exponentially faster now more than ever before. This shows that Google and YouTube are committed to growing this platform. They are willing and able to adjust what they need to in order to have more users and viewership. So don't underestimate their competitive spirit. They're still a company that wants to be #1 in the social media realm, and they're not going to fold easy. Which is a good transition into COPPA. Sure, you weren't expecting to hear anything about COPPA on why you should start a YouTube channel. Most of what YouTube does as a platform is on the back end. They're not creating the content, but supporting the content creators, the people uploading millions of videos a year. The things that YouTube allowed to happen on the back end were in direct violation of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act established by the Federal Trade Commission. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this, YouTube was in big trouble with the FTC in the past year and had to pay a pretty penny for it. The response to that was changing their video settings and making sure videos that are child-directed met certain criteria. If videos didn't meet that criteria, your video, in some cases channel, weren't going to get monetized or have a reduced monetization. That rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And if you felt anything about it, you were either angry or you were in fear. I, for one, was one of those people that was very fearful. That was around the same time I was thinking about starting and growing a channel and didn't know what the future held. There were a ton of petitions, miscommunications, videos, blog posts, and simply rage, but honestly, none of it really slowed YouTube down. Has it hurt many small channels that create children's content? I'm sure it has, but like I always say, with any corporation, when it comes between you and their bottom line, they're going to choose their bottom line every time. We're all expendable, and that will be true until we build for ourselves. I'm sorry to bring down the mood, be a buzzkill. Yes, it's a little depressing, but I say all that to say that if in September 2020 they have survived the scrutiny of the federal government and of many of its active users, which has been prevalent since the beginning of the platform, I think it's safe to say that they will be around for a while. Reflecting back on that has given me some reassurance that YouTube is a viable option for building as a small business owner. Granted, we don't currently know how these changes may affect them, but I doubt that they would make a decision to hurt themselves, especially when it comes to revenue. YouTube makes money, you make money. Hachi chachi. It's me flicking a cigar. YouTube's ad revenue makes up about 10% of Google's annual revenue. The tube had a 37% increase in ad revenue in 2018 and a 35% increase in 2019. Now, I know there's a lot of financial turmoil right now, but I'd be shocked if they don't post another increase for 2020 with the amount of people globally staying indoors and increasing their time spent streaming. I've heard many creators talk about a reduction in their ad revenue during this Rona season, but I'd be shocked. As many people that are clinging to entertainment to sustain them right now, I'd be shocked. But I digress. The number of creators making a 5 or 6 figure income in 2019 increased by 40%. So as YouTube saw a 35% increase in revenue, creators also saw an increase in their pockets. More and more people are beginning to see digital content creation as profitable. And in direct correlation, companies are also starting to see creators as more profitable for them. Companies are becoming more and more willing to pay a creator without a massive following, but a faithful following to promote their product, rather than spend the money on TV time that people will just ignore anyway. So, the more engaging your stuff is, the more YouTube wants to encourage you to do more by monetarily rewarding you. Dat Rona and Residuals. A lot of people are still at home right now, so capitalize on the opportunity while you can. Further than that, Dat Rona has kind of ripped the band-aid off of many people's incomes, like millions of people's. YouTube or any digital content creation is by design not affected to the point of stopping cash flow. A pandemic doesn't stop you from being able to make content, mostly because we have the technology to overcome all those stuck-at-home woes. Unless you have like a travel channel. In that case, it's a tough titty. Sucks to suck. But even still, that all depends on how flexible you are. You can talk about all the trips that you're planning on taking when things are back normal. Or you can say, hey, here are the local spots I overlooked when I was preoccupied with Bhubaneswar. But really, it's not all that bad, because here's the thing. Yes, you want to make money on your new content, but you are still bringing in checks from your past year of videos. The video that you made one time 10 months ago, took you 5-10 hours to make, is continuing to provide revenue for your strange addiction to Cinnamon Toast Crunch that you don't realize is a problem for another 6 months. And that's a beautiful thing. And don't let me get started on all the sponsorships, brand deals, free stuff, and general boss status once you've achieved some subscriber success. So let's take a look at those numbers. There's almost 8 billion people in the world currently. Only a little over half of those people have internet access. About 2 billion active users are on YouTube. It's estimated that there's about 31 million channels of people uploading videos to YouTube as of 2019. The number does not reflect all of the small channels because there's not a lot of data on the channels under 100 subscribers that exist. But let's assume that there's 50 million channels on YouTube. That is a micron over 1% of active internet users globally, so that's not a lot. People seem to think that just because there's already so much traffic and content online already, that YouTube is so ubiquitous that having success at this moment is not attainable. But if you look at the numbers, like we just did, the platform still has plenty of room to grow. Best believe that YouTube is trying to reach all those 4.5 billion. So since the platform you're on is reaching super high, you should too. Don't sell yourself short just because that content already is out there. Like, if you want to make a channel on something that already exists, make a channel on something that already exists. You have a different perspective than, say, the next person will. So just do it. And that's it. Let me know what kind of channel you're going to start in the comments. I hope you hear all this. I hope you see this as, yo, I can do this, and do it. It takes a lot of work and cleverness, but the payoff can be huge, so go for it. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you already haven't. Hit the bell for notifications of my next videos. Slaughter that like button and leave hella comments. See me soon. Sorry to bring down the mood. Got more success stories. Subscribers. Boop. Bubanishwar.
Is the elephant heavy? I'm coming back, baby.